We're going to talk a little bit more about current events, and I don't mean to pile on, but I want to talk a little bit about Kobe Bryant. So Kobe Bryant was a polarizing figure when he played basketball. He's an absolute animal, an absolute champion, and had nothing but straight maniacal focus on winning. I remember about 2 years ago, I was able and lucky enough to meet Kobe Bryant and spend about 2 hours with him. And I remember asking him a number of questions, and he told me this story. I'm going to tell you 2 stories that I thought were fascinating about Kobe that can inspire you to be better in your own life. The first one was, I remember he was telling us a story, and he said, yeah, I had this coach come up to me and said, Kobe, why do you have to win at everything? And he looked at him sort of dumbfounded and said, well, then why am I doing this if I'm not doing it to win? Whether it was practice, whether it was a game, whether it was checkers or chess, it didn't matter what it was for Kobe. His goal was to win. And I think that's something that all of us need to take very seriously. Not that we have to be as maniacal as Kobe, but when he had that level of focus and that level of intensity, he was able to raise his game even higher than his natural talents would have taken him, into this new mental stratosphere where he was able to be just an unbelievable champion. The other thing that I will tell you about Kobe that was fascinating is when I met Kobe, he was just starting to do his movie. He'd written a little bit of a book. He was just starting to do the movie. And somebody that I was with asked him straight up, said, why do you think you can do a movie? And he said, why not? I'm going to do a world-class movie. I'm going to do the best movie. That's what he said to us. And I said, how are you going to do that? And he said, it's simple. I just started picking up the phone and calling the world's best people at producing movies and making movies. And I just figured out what it takes to make the best movie in the world. And that's what I'm going to do. And look at that. A year later, the guy won an Oscar. This was a basketball player with no movie background who is just so intense about learning and finding the absolute best people to execute on his vision and his idea that he won an Oscar, which is the film world's highest possible honor. That's amazing. And what we can all take from that, what I can take from that for myself, is that when I'm trying to get to a successful spot, when I'm trying to win, it requires me to figure out everything it is around that subject and bring in the absolute best people I can so that I can win at the highest levels. So when we think back about Kobe Bryant, it's tragic. It's incredibly tragic. But he has some things that can last with us as lessons that we can take forward to make our own lives better. And that's what I appreciated about my time with Kobe.